Josh Frydenberg and the Prime Minister, for that matter, I think have done it as well as they could do in terms of this stimulus. It's well crafted, it's targeted, it's exactly what they needed to do. But I think in his heart of hearts, he knows full well he's going to have to. They say it's scalable. Well, they're going to have to scale it big time coming up in the budget, because this is going to be a tough time as the nation heads to what looks like an almost inevitable recession.
Yeah, I'm with you on this one, Kieran. I mean, all the assessments I make at the moment, or people I talk to, the May budget, we're going to get more stimulus, and it's going to be sizable again. So we're going to get deficits out into the future, because I think they'll need another 20 billion, really. And that's predicated, by the way, on this situation that we're talking about earlier, where things start to completely shut down. So when that happens, you're going to need more money in the economy if you're going to avoid a recession, or even worse than a recession, a depression, certainly high unemployment. And you know, Scott Morrison was keen to say it was about jobs, the first stimulus package, and fair enough, because employers are going to lay people off. They're not going to have a choice. So, I mean, not only have we got this scary health situation, I mean, some days it seems unbelievable, doesn't it? But not only have we got this scary health situation coming, we've got this scary economic situation coming. And, you know, you can sort of sit here as a commentator, as a politician, say I don't want to frighten people, but they've got to know what's coming. And everything points to that, barring a vaccine in the next month. So I think there'll be a massive stimulus package in the budget, and it's fortunate the timing of that. It kind of makes the decision about when, out of the government's hands, they have to do it, and they have to do it then.
And the schools are going to, like we said before, as inevitable, the sense that the schools will likely close, if not within days, certainly within weeks. The social contact issue is going to be dealt with. And the point is, it goes to you know, the broader issues that we've been discussing. If it is going to happen anyway, we know the economic impact's going to be large anyway. Why not just do it now and save more lives and take less pressure off the health system?
Yeah, you would say, because this is all about that sort of flattening the curve and making sure that the health system as it is currently configured can actually manage the caseload that is expected to be associated with those, you know, dramatically rising rates. So a number of organisations, as we know, have been taking these matters into their own hands, cancelling big sporting events and so forth.
Telstra, their staff working from home.
That's right. ANU, where I work, of course, a university setting. I mean, there's a sort of a sense that a closure could be imminent, or some other, you know, further dramatic action. Certainly, Brian Schmidt was out on Friday explaining to staff, why discretionary parts of the activities of the university have been ceased, such as public events and the like, and, you know, they're moving where possible to online courses and these sorts of things. So you'd imagine that's where this is going to go, and I think it's unlikely, frankly, that given the pace of these changes, that they can actually wait till the budget to announce some further adjustments. I'm not saying that the budget won't be the next major step, but I think what's come to light as a result of the mass closures of events so far is that there are whole sectors of the community and of the economy that are just simply immediately cut off from income.
Kieran.
And that not a lot of thought has gone into that. So that does need to be addressed quite quickly. If you work at sporting events, if you work in the entertainment industry, all these areas where there's suddenly just a massive drop-off or a complete removal of any demand. And people are going to need assistance.
Andrew, your thoughts?
Yeah, look, Kieran, I agree with that. And, you know, you've got the NRL already with its hand out for a couple of $100 million this morning in the papers. But I think earlier on what you said about border control is the main thing. Over school closures, over these other measures we're talking about, and it's great that corporates are working from home and all this sort of stuff, but border control, it's where New Zealand's gone, it's where other countries have gone. The majority of cases we're seeing, including Peter Dutton, dare I say, are from other countries. And I think there should be travel bans or forced isolation of people, you know, from today. You know, if we're really going to stop the spread of this thing, we have to stop it coming from overseas. As I understand it, the Chief Medical Officer advised a couple of weeks ago that it wasn't necessary to have a ban on travel from Italy and South Korea, but you should have increased border control measures. The government then looked to see if it was possible to do the border force control measures. It wasn't, so they did the ban on Korea, but they didn't do the ban on Italy. You could argue they should have done the Italy. That was one case where the advice was ignored, although Brendan Murphy agreed. But that was a situation where they went harder on borders. He's got to go harder on borders. I'd say he's got to do it today.
Yep, I'm very hard to disagree with that. And if they're not getting the advice to do it, well, then just do it anyway, because these are extraordinary times, Andrew and Mark. I appreciate your time.